everyone. Good evening to all of you. We are so excited here to see all of you, and we're so happy to see all of you are eager to learn. Okay, we are so happy to see all these, eager beaver here. So we would like to, cordially welcome you to join us. All right, tonight, in this session, I have MUET Tomorrow. So thank you for joining us, and we really hope that you will get, an impactful learning. Okay, so please type in the live chat, introduce yourself there. Okay, be courteous when you type your message, and of course, we welcome all of you. All right, for tonight's session, we have Madam Farida and also Madam Chia with us. Of course, I am Teacher Yenny. You all know me, right? And you are familiar, right, with this Madam Chia. So we have a guest here that is Puan Farida. All right, let me introduce you. Okay, who is Puan Farida? So please type in the live chat. Let us know where are you from. Okay, are you excited to see us here? So please give us, a thumbs up and share the link with your friends, okay, to motivate us so that we will be able to share more with all of you. And we are sharing this for free, okay? We are not charging you. It is actually free, totally free for all the MUET candidates. So please kindly share the link with all your friends out there. And I believe that some people and some of the MUET candidates, they do not know the existence of this group, the Telegrams group, and also, this IU Academy. Okay, so sharing is caring. Please learn, share, and subscribe. Of course, make sure that you subscribe to our channels. Okay. Now, I would like to introduce you our guest here, Puan Farida. So, who is Puan Farida? Okay. Puan Farida is a lecturer from KMPK, College Matrikulasi Perak, of course in Perak. Okay. So, this is a new face, right? In IU Academy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
She is a MUET lecturer, of course. Okay. She has been teaching for 20 years. Okay. 20 years of experience. So make sure you listen attentively to her because she'll be sharing MUET speaking strategies, as you can see the slides there, okay, on the screen. Okay, it's about MUET speaking strategies. So we hope that it will be very helpful for your MUET speaking test. All right, and she likes to do a lot of innovations in teaching and learning. And of course, she has numerous award-winning innovations. Wow, okay. She graduated from University of Exeter, okay, and she received a degree in TESOL, all right, from University of Exeter, and she has just finished her master from UKM, right, Puan Farida?
Yes,
All
that's
right.
correct. That's correct.
So without further ado, let's put our hands together, all right, to welcome our guest, Puan Farida. Okay, are you ready, Puan Farida? Where's Madam Chia,
Yes.
by the way?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, yes, I can hear you. Where's Madam Chia, by the way? Madam Chia, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So I think, yes, Puan Farida, the stage is all yours now.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
May I sort of know how many are in logging into your YouTube right now? May I have a rough figure
Okay.
of?
Let me check. All right, dear viewers out there, if you have any questions, you can ask. All right, in the live chat, I will help you, to relay the message to Puan Farida. So don't worry about that. Okay, I hope that I won't overlook any of the questions and the messages. Okay, so let me check. What about Madam Chia? What about your channel? How many students are watching out there?
17.
From mine, I have about 1,000 over. 1,145.
Wow. I have 16.
Messages.
How come I have 16?
16.
How come?
So we have about. Did you promote to your students, dear Madam Chia?
I
your
did.
students, your students.
Yes, I did. But
Push them to watch. Encourage them to watch because we are going to share a lot of tips and strategies. Yes.
okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Madam Farida,
Can you
I
hear
think
me? Can
you
you
can
hear me
actually start
clearly?
now.
Is my
Yes, yes,
voice that
yes,
clear?
I can hear you clearly.
All right. Thanks for the
Yes, it's
sharing
clear.
opportunity. Okay, thanks for the sharing opportunity, Teacher Yanni and Madam Chia. All right,
Bye.
we have got no time to lose tonight because tomorrow all our beloved students are sitting for the writing, listening, and reading papers. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Let's move forward to the test overview. All right, I think by this time around, everyone should have known that this paper consists of two parts. Part one is the individual presentation and the preparation time for part one is 2 minutes and presentation times is another 2 minutes. All right, and then for part two is the group discussion. The preparation time given is 3 minutes. Candidates are to prepare on their own, okay? They cannot discuss with each other. And discussion takes between 8 to 12 minutes. The weighting of the paper is equally distributed with other skills. It is 25%, and then the duration of the paper is more or less 30 minutes. Okay, it's 30 minutes black and white, but it could take longer than that considering the instructions from the examiners and also, the prompts and everything. Okay, all right. All right, the aims of the paper. Every candidate should aim to do their best. Higher CEFR level would be from my target has always been from independent user B2 level to C1 proficient level, C1 to C1 plus. As always, we have to shoot to the moon, right? We have to target the best. Okay. Do not be complacent and comfortable with lower bands. As the weighting of the paper this time around, I repeat, is equally distributed at 25%. All right. Okay, I would like to draw your attention on the speech weaknesses that have always been done by the lower proficient user of the language in this test. Okay, in this test. Okay, the first one is they may not elaborate on the situation given. That's how they lose their marks. They did not do any elaboration. They just touch the topic as touch and go. Okay, they just develop the points in a limited way. They, of course, do not give examples. That is because they have difficulty to string ideas. Okay, usually when they have difficulty to string ideas, it's because they don't have the word to describe their ideas. All right, and then they use a lot of incorrect structures. Okay, due to lack of practice, and then they pause for content and language. They are not only hesitant, but then they sometimes have lots of fillers in their speech. Okay, this characteristic is the characteristic that examiners like me always face. And then we don't have any any choice but to lower their band. due to these characteristics done by the speakers who have these speech weaknesses. Okay, any questions so far?
Yeah, I don't think they have questions for speaking. They are actually expecting
Writing.
writing tips and strategies. Yeah. So
Okay,
don't
I
worry,
will
we
just
will share. We will share writing tips and
okay.
strategies later.
I will just move on with the slides. Okay, and then takeaways for part one. Okay, this is the takeaways, the formula that I always teach my students. Greet the examiners. That's number one that you have to do. How do you greet your examiners? Start by greeting the examiner and also you can greet the other candidates. For example, good morning to the examiners and the rest of the candidates. You greet the examiners, and if you want, you can greet the other candidates. For example, I repeat, good morning to the examiners and the rest of the candidates. And then you introduce the situation given. All the candidates will be given the same situation, but then candidates A, B, the same situation given for candidates A, B, C, and D, but each candidate receives different point of view to speak upon. For example, today I would like to speak on one advantage of living in the city. That one is the situation. It's the same for every candidate. Okay, but of course we have two sessions. We have different booklet. Okay, session one is at 7. We start the session at 7:30, and then the second session is at 11:30. In the morning is a different booklet. And then in the morning we have a booklet, but in the afternoon we have a different booklet. Okay. What I meant is the same session the candidates will have the same situation, but then each candidate receives different point of view to speak upon. All right, for example, today I would like to speak on one advantage of living in the city. That one is the situation. But then the point of view, I believe that one advantage of living in the city is having readily available medical care. That one is the point of view given, for example, to candidate A. All right. And then
Okay.
after that,
Madam Farida, there is one question. You're okay, right? I interrupt.
I'm
Polaris,
okay with it.
Polaris has a question. Okay, Polaris is asking, must all candidates greet?
If they want to,
Polaris question.
because to me, this is an individual presentation. This is not a group discussion. Part one is an individual presentation. So I bet the individual presentation does not represent anyone in the group. So you have to greet the examiner, and if you want, you can greet the candidates. Okay, does that answer the question?
I think so.
Okay, may I
And
move
then
on?
Lee Simon,
Okay, yeah.
Simon helped to answer. Lee Simon helped to answer. For group task, only the first candidate will read. Thank you, Lee Simon.
Yes, that's correct. We will move on to the group discussion takeaways later. All right, any more question?
Okay. No, so far
Right.
that's all.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, after you have introduced the situation given and you have introduced the point of view that you are given, you give example, you elaborate. It's time for you to elaborate. When presenting your points, organize your speech. Okay? Okay. And then when you elaborate, you organize your speech and you show mastery of basic structure. Okay, that is in terms of language. Show a mastery of basic structure. For example, how do you organize your speech? You have to use transitional expression. You have to show the development of your ideas from one idea to the other, to another. Okay. Firstly, okay, our topic for tonight is having readily available medical care. Okay, firstly, the medical facilities in the city are well equipped. Okay, this is because then you elaborate. Okay, when you elaborate, you give reasons. Do not forget to give examples. Okay, state examples, one or two examples. Okay, clear? Do it for the second and third points. Do it for the second and third points. Okay, number 5, organize your speech. This is what I meant just now. Use transitional expression. If you are explaining a cause and effect, you could use thus, therefore, as a result. Okay? All right? And then after that, you can conclude briefly. For example, having a readily available medical care is one of the advantages of living in the city. You conclude briefly. Anyway, you are only given 2 minutes. You cannot do a lengthy conclusion. Okay, that's it. That's the takeaways for part 1. Any question?
Yeah, we have several questions out there. Honey
Mm-hmm.
Selas is asking, do you have any tips to generate ideas?
I will.
Tips to
I will.
generate ideas.
Okay, I will explain about that later. I will
Okay,
explain
and
that
then
later.
we have another question from Sheila. Will marks be deducted if they are stuck? If they are stuck?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Because stuck in terms of pause for content,
Fluency.
is it?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
we
think
we
pauses lah.
we
Yes.
as examiners, we will penalize for long hesitation, long pause, and also if you pause for content, if you pause because your train of thoughts are broken, usually you pause because you don't have the word to describe the ideas. Of course, marks will be penalized. Okay, because we are awarding marks for fluency. We are awarding marks for fluency. Okay. Any other questions?
Okay, I think this is a statement from Honeysale Sa. All right, someone who is fluent in speaking, but all right, I think is it a question or is it a statement because there is no question mark, but it sounds like a question. What about someone who is fluent? Okay, I try to paraphrase it now. What about someone who is fluent but does not meet the criteria? Maybe the task fulfillment, I think. Yeah.
Okay,
Does
you
not
have.
fulfill the
I
task.
understand. I understood. You have the language. I know you have the language. Your use of the language are mostly your vocabulary are apt, and then your language does not have a lot of incorrect structure. But then we will penalize if the task fulfillment is not relevant at all. If you are speaking out of the topic, we will really penalize because the first criteria that is assessed is the relevancy of the topic and content. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, I think yes.
Okay. Can we move on to the next slide?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
I hope I didn't overlook any questions out there.
Never mind. Later we can entertain if we have extra time. Yeah. All
Oh
right.
yeah, there is one more.
Okay.
There is one more question from
Okay.
Siti Nor Shaswana. How
Okay.
how to do a mini conclusion? Mini
Mini
conclusion, yeah.
conclusion.
How to do a mini conclusion?
Mini conclusion. Simply state the like how I did it just now. our topic is one advantage of living in the city, right? So, in conclusion, one advantage of living in the city is having a readily medical. Sorry, having what was the topic just now? Having readily medical. Sorry, is having readily available medical care. In conclusion, the structure is in conclusion. One advantage of living in the city is having readily available medical care. That is, for example, you can just repeat what we call the main idea of your speech. Just now, after the greeting, you introduce the situation, right? I repeat, yeah. Today, I would like to speak on one advantage of living in the city. That is the situation. And then you introduce the point of view given for you to speak upon. I believe that one advantage of living in the city is having readily available medical care. For the conclusion, in conclusion, I believe that, in conclusion, I think that having readily available medical care is one one good advantage of living in the city. You can just simply say that way, okay? In a simple manner. Do not have a lengthy conclusion. Conclude briefly. May I move on to the next slide?
All right.
Any more questions? Kenna?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Okay, takeaways for part 2. This is a little bit complicated. Okay. Can relate to contributions of others. These are the things, the extra things for MUET speaking CAFR. It's not the same. It's similar to the rubric are similar, but these are the improvised rubric that I have read before. Okay, can relate to contributions of others. What does it mean? Means that in group discussion, you relate by agreeing and adding more points for the same argument. All right, or you disagreeing and to be able to justify why you disagree, but do it politely. I repeat, yeah, can relate to contributions of others, which means that in group discussions, you relate by agreeing and then you add more points for the same argument, for the same points. Or you disagree, but you will be able to justify why you disagree and you do it politely. All right. All right. And then number 2, can relate to own contributions of other speakers. To me, this is rebutting other people's points politely. Okay. You disagree, but then you rebut other people's points politely, or you add points and develop it effectively and convincingly. All right, and then you widen the scope of your ideas outside the suggested points from the mind map. Do you want me to repeat? Does anyone wants me to repeat?
Yeah, you can repeat some.
This is a little bit complicated. Okay, number 1, you have to be able, in order to achieve higher bands in speaking, you have to relate to contributions of others. How do you relate to contributions of others? In the group discussion, you relate by agreeing, but you do not just agree. You add points, okay, to the same point or argument. Or you disagree, but you will be able to justify why you disagree, but you disagree politely. You do it politely, okay? And then can relate to own contributions of other speakers. You rebut other people's points politely. You disagree, but you rebut the points politely. Or you add more points from other speakers' points, but you develop it effectively, and you'll be able to widen the scope of ideas outside the suggested points in the mind map. Okay. All right. And then one criteria that we are looking at for high proficient user of the language is they deliver it confidently and convincingly. They deliver it confidently and convincingly. All right. And then they can manage the discussion. Now, managing the discussion is not just moderating the discussion, yeah? It's not just candidate A, what do you think of my idea? Candidate B, would you like to add to the idea? Candidate C, do you agree with candidate B idea? That is not managing the discussion. That is moderating the discussion only. Managing the discussion is number one and number two. The one that I talked about just now. Okay? Every time other candidates give their point of view, you have to relate to the point of view of others. You relate to the contributions of others, or you relate to your own contributions. Okay, that is managing the discussion. And of course, you develop your ideas effectively. To me, developing ideas effectively is when you can widen the scope of ideas outside the suggested points in the mind map. And one more thing, you'll be able to elaborate on all the suggested point in the mind map. You touch on every points that are presented in the mind map. Okay. Okay, but of course with good use of the language, okay, sophisticated vocabulary, complex structures. Okay, it's the same for one as well. Okay, the language are the same. Okay, but these are the takeaways for part two. What do you have to do for part two? It's different from the one in part one. Okay. All right. Strategies for individual presentation. Part one, I usually tell my students, because teacher Yani just now said that, Madam Farida, when you present tonight, you make as if like you're teaching your students, okay? So I'm sharing, I always tell my students, for part one, if you are not proficient in the language, in speaking, if you're not a proficient speaker, the more you speak, the more mistakes you will make, right? So I want you to develop 3 ideas briefly, okay, brief elaboration with simple example. Okay, maybe you give 1 or 2 example, but you elaborate briefly, because the more you speak, the more marks are being cut down for language and fluency. So I want you to speak more. If you could have more than 3, that's better. Okay, but then ideas must be relevant. The ideas for the most part must be relevant. Develop 3 or 4 ideas briefly with simple examples. That's my technique for lower proficient speakers. Okay, for those who have the language, they are fluent. I want them to really develop the ideas, thorough elaboration with examples. And you could do that with 2 ideas, because if you do that with 3 ideas, I'm afraid that you don't have much time to finish your speech. Okay, you develop 2 ideas with thorough elaboration and examples. Okay, that's my strategies for low proficient speakers and proficient speakers. Okay, just now there was one candidate who asked me, uh, how do I develop? How do I elaborate? Always elaborate in terms of cost effectiveness, time efficiency, and practicalities. Okay, I'm going to give you an example for, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday's paper. Okay, booklet 5. Booklet 5 is the morning booklet. How teenagers earn money. Candidate A, sell home cooked food, selling home cooked food. Candidate B, doing deliveries. Candidate C, working at fast food restaurant. Candidate D, teaching children in the neighborhood. And let's say you are candidate B, doing deliveries. How do you develop your ideas? Okay, cost effectiveness. You can say that you use in the neighborhood area, you can use your motorcycle or bicycle, okay, to reduce the cost of delivering of doing delivery job in the neighborhood areas, okay. And then for time efficiency, you can do it as a part-time job doing delivery. You can do full-time during at the weekends, okay. And then you can also do it after you finish your class. Time efficiency, you can deliver many goods at the same time. Many you can do a lot of delivery service, not just for food, but you can do many other things. You can deliver many other things, okay. So in terms of time efficiency, that is the best job, because you can earn more, you can do more delivery work. And then practicalities, you can say that by doing it as a part-time job is manageable. Okay, these are the three ways to develop your points. Okay, you always have to come back to cost effectiveness, time efficiency, and practicalities. Okay, and then one more tip to score for part 1 is by organizing your speech with transitional expressions. I've already explained that just now. Any question?
Yeah, there is one, I think many questions. Okay, I try to read some of the questions. Is it okay if I give you a few questions at
No
a
problem.
time?
No problem.
Okay,
Give me 2 seconds. Yeah.
All right. So here are some questions asked. Okay. They were asking, can we call their names? No, usually we address them candidate A
Yeah.
or candidate B. We won't call their names, especially if you are private candidates, you wouldn't know their names. If you're
You
from
can
the same
address
college also.
you address them as candidate A, candidate B.
Right.
Okay, and then, all right, during
They were asking.
preparation for, what is it? I think there are a
No.
few questions. What do you think implies? So just say, okay. Where are the questions? All right, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, he put a question mark there. Cost and effectiveness of cost and effectiveness? Question mark. I think maybe
Oh, I see.
COST.
repeat. I think maybe he needs you to repeat. I think.
Cost effectiveness is whether it's worth it to do it in terms is worth it to spend your money on it. That is cost effectiveness. Whether it's going to
Okay, and
be whether it's going to be a waste or it's going to give you back what you want. That is cost effectiveness.
okay,
Time
and another
efficiency.
question
Okay, another question.
from Hasa Cash. Is it okay to say what do you guys think instead of what do you think? That is Hasa's question.
You could say what do you all
What do you
think?
think? Yeah.
What do you all think? All right.
Okay, and last
I would suggest what do you all think?
okay, another question from Muhammad Haikal. How do we know when to interrupt a candidate who is struggling thinking about
I'm coming to that. That
who
is
is
not
struggling?
in
Yeah.
okay. That is not part one. That is part two. Actually, I'm coming to that. Okay, next question.
Okay.
I think that's
Just
all.
proceed then.
Any more questions? Madam Chia, did I overlook any questions?
Yeah, we have
Okay,
done that.
I see one
Another
question.
I
question.
think
Can
that's
you
all.
repeat about the practicalities?
There's one question
Right.
asking whether they can do discussions while they are preparing for a group when they are
No, I
preparing for the group point.
already
Yeah.
said that in the test requirement, candidates are to prepare individually.
Okay.
Okay. Candidates are to prepare individually. For part one, they cannot even ask the examiner after they have read the question. They cannot even ask the examiner what they didn't understand about the question. They cannot even ask the examiner, and if they are speaking out of the point, the examiner would not be able to help them to
Bring them
not
back
be
to
able
the
to help
task.
them to speak from the task given. You know, this is a language proficiency test. The rules are strictly we have to follow the rules strictly, not to help the candidates. It's unlike the previous format of MUET. Okay, the recent ones the examiners have don't doesn't the examiners do not have any right to help the candidates.
Mhm.
Mm.
Orange Magic
Okay.
has a question. Wow, Orange Magic. All right. The group discussion is for group marks, not individually, right?
Sorry.
You are assessed individually, my dear. Orange Magic. What a special name. Yeah, very special, the name.
There are
Even
actually
though it's
lots
group
of
discussion,
questions. Can we
I
discuss
know,
among
but they will
ourselves
be
which one
assessed
which is
individually. I will try to answer some of the questions in the live chat now. So
okay?
I
Yeah.
try not to,
Because
try
I'm
not to
afraid
Yeah.
that
take.
we
Yeah.
are running out of time. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Strategies for group discussion. Okay. For part two, this is only the strategies, yeah, because we want everyone to get at least band 3, but I'm aiming for band 4 and above for my students. The low proficient speakers do the opening and conclusion of the discussion, okay, to make them contribute more. The low proficient speakers, allow them to do the opening and conclusion of the discussion. Always start your line, okay, by stating your point of view of others' contributions of ideas. For example, before you contribute your ideas, before you give your opinion, you have to start your line by stating your point of view of others' contributions of ideas. For example, I may have to disagree, or I may have to disagree with you. To me, then you give your ideas, but you always have to start your line by stating your point of view of others' contributions of ideas. If you agree, I totally agree with you. To add to your points, okay, you always have to start your line that way, and always end your line by asking others of your contributions of ideas. For example, what do you think of my idea? Do you agree with me? Does anyone agree with me? Please remember, how do you start your line and how do you end your line? Okay, these are the rempah ratus for discussion. Without all these language functions, it would not be a discussion. It would just be an individual presentation again. Okay. All right, do not monopolize discussions. If you are so proficient, please do not monopolize discussions. Manage discussions by doing turn taking. Okay, interrupt other candidates if they stumble excessively. Their train of thoughts are broken, and they have a lot of hesitations and failures. Because they don't have the word to describe, they stumble. Interrupt them. May I interrupt? Just help them. Okay, may I interrupt? And then you move on to give your opinions. Okay, elaborate on all aspects given in the mind map if you can. Okay, and then relate to others' contribution at word level. If you cannot relate by adding new ideas or justifying or opposing, at least you relate at word level. Give example, give phrases, give one sentence. Okay, just follow your own proficiencies. Okay. If you cannot adding new ideas completely, you may relate it at word level, add more examples, add phrases, add sentence, one simple sentence. Okay, and then maintain ethics and mannerism when opposing with appropriate language and expression. For example, if you disagree, how do you maintain ethics and mannerism if you disagree? How do you do that? I see your point, but I may have to disagree with you. I'm sorry, but I don't see eye to eye with you, or eye to eye with both of you. Okay, that's how you maintain ethics and mannerism when opposing with appropriate language expression. Any question?
There is one Muas from Muas. Do I get extra marks if I start or end the group discussion? Do I get
Yeah,
extra marks?
I would say yes. But we would of course see the relevancy of your ideas, your contributions of ideas, whether you relate to other candidates' ideas or not. Then only we see then only we take into account the opening and concluding. If we don't have anything to take into account, then only we will see that aspect. We will consider that aspect. But first, the discussion.
Okay, one question from Sharifa. What is the answer of Archana Chandra Sekaran's question? Sorry, I can't find her question. Where is the question? Sharifa, could you please help us to retype her questions? What is the
I will
question?
share with you. Let me share the question.
Okay,
Can we
you
ask
found
the
it.
examiner if you don't know the meaning of the words before speaking? Just now, Puan Farida
No, you
already
can't ask.
mentioned, you can't ask. Once you get the question, the task,
Yes.
you are to prepare the points. Not only that, while you're presenting, you can't even look at the papers. You have to have eye contact with other candidates as well.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Please, thank you, Madam Chia, for bringing that up. Okay. Okay, and another thing that you need to really be aware of is the task, the question in task parts in part 2. Because usually in part 2, for example, this question, the main reason people find it hard to save money for future. There are two parts in the question. People find it hard to save money and also future. You have to really address the first and second part of the question. Usually, candidates only entertain the first part, but the second part they forgot to relate. They forgot to relate to the second part for future. Yeah, this part is not so significant, but there are other questions. The second part is significant. Okay, I could not do the examples tonight. Okay, for example,
Yeah.
how to increase participants in college trips. How to increase participants and in college trips. There are two parts, okay? Two parts of the question. So you have to bear in your mind that there are always two parts in part two tasks, okay? Any questions?
I
All in
think there are
all,
many questions out.
I would love to advise the candidates, because of the SOP being regulated, that the examiners has to sit 1.5 meters away from the candidates table, and the candidates have to wear their mask. Please use a very good voice projection. Please, if you can take out your mask during your turn to speak. And then you wear it back after you have finished speaking. But then the distance between the examiners and the candidates is 1.5 meters to the immediate candidates. But then candidates, let's say I'm examiner 1, I'm sitting really near to candidate A, 1.5 meters. But candidate A has to sit 1.5 meters away from candidate B. So just imagine my sitting is about 4 meters away from candidate C. All right, so that is quite far. So you really have to really have to use good voice projection. That is my advice. Anything else?
Okay.
That's the end of my shares tonight. Okay, anything else?
Yeah, I will share some. Okay, what happened if the group failed to do the conclusions?
Conclusion is not compulsory. Conclusion is not mandatory in group discussion. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. The next questions. If the vocabulary used are too difficult until examiners can't understand, will the marks be deducted? Usually we understood the vocabulary.
I think I forgot to give the description. Did I give the description of what is independent language user and what is high proficient user just now? Did I give it?
You did
This
differentiate proficiency.
I think I forgot to do it. Okay. What is independent user? Independent user of B2 level is, okay, we are looking at response for the most part are relevant. Independent user, B2 level, we will award for those who could respond for the most part relevant, although with some gaps. Gaps means some parts are not relevant. And then shows satisfactory understanding of the ideas. So sorry. Can you still see it? Okay. Shows.
Yes. We can see the slide.
Okay. Can still see the slide, yeah? shows satisfactory understanding of the ideas. When the candidates are speaking, if they are at V2 level, when the candidates are speaking, there are more correct structures produced than incorrect structures. More correct structures, yeah, than incorrect. And then appropriate and varied vocabulary. They show appropriacy in the use of their usage of vocabulary, varied vocabulary. Presentation is easily understood. I don't have to really strain my ear to listen, easily understood. And then they only have light stumbling and they appear so confident. That is independent user. They are fluent, generally fluent. Generally, they are fluent. They only have light stumbling. Okay. Descriptions of C1 to C1 plus. Response provided are highly relevant, convincing, and persuasive for both parts. Okay, part 1 and part 2 shows good understanding of the ideas and substantiated ideas produced, which means thorough elaboration with many good examples, many relevant examples. Language use consists of more usage of complex structure. They can use complex structure effectively. Minor errors, speakers are very confident, vocabulary are not just appropriate and varied, but then sophisticated vocabulary use. Very fluent, and one who can manage group discussions, able to relate his ideas and others' contribution of ideas. Okay, I hope that answers what independent user and what proficient user. We are looking at this criteria to award B2 level and C1 to C1 plus level.
Okay, thank you. There is one question from Masita. What if I don't have time to conclude my individual part? So she's
That's
asking,
okay.
will marks be penalized?
If the
So it's okay if you don't have time
say that your time's up, the examiner say, okay, 2 minutes up, you just say thank you. Just say like that. Just say thank you. Okay? That is why the
another
technical
question.
Okay, all right. That is why the technical strategies just now for very proficient speaker, for proficient speaker, 2 points with thorough elaboration and examples. If you provide 3 points with thorough elaboration and examples, chances are it's not enough. Okay. All right. Next question.
Wow, there are plethora of questions out there. Nur Izati asking, can we write notes when other candidates are having discussion?
Only during individual presentation.
Only during part 1. During the discussion time.
Only during part 1. Part 2, not allowed to write anything on the paper.
Okay. And then Muhammad Faiz, even only one sentence. Okay, this one I'm not so sure. It's the question is truncated from Muhammad Faiz. Can you please rephrase your question, Muhammad Faiz? You ask again the question. All right. And then from Tasha, is it okay if during the individual part we say thank you when the examiner say time's up?
Yes, just say thank you. Thank you and smile and do well in the next part.
All right. Archana Chandra Sekaran is asking, should they share maximum 3 points and then they have to elaborate? Yeah, you should have 3 points and then you need to elaborate. Okay, from Firdaus, how many bombastic words do we need? How many bombastic words do we need? That is from Firdaus.
There is no number of. Okay, if you could string one sentence, in one sentence you would have 2 sophisticated words. Okay, if you could string one sentence, the length of one sentence is probably 15 words. 15 words. So I would assume that two sophisticated words for every sentence. When you do your elaboration, you would, as a proficient speaker, you would have two to three sentence. So one sentence, probably the math is you would have two sophisticated words. You imagine how many sophisticated words that you can come out with. Okay, but do not stress your effort so much on the language. The first part that the examiner wants to see is the relevancy of the topic and content. That one. If your language is really C1, but your relevancy of the ideas not there, there's no point. Okay? There's no point. We
Okay.
only award the language, but then the task fulfillment would still be in the lower band.
All right. Another question from Danisha. Is it okay when during individual discussion, the person unable to finish the sentence after 2 minutes?
Not able to finish the sentence means they did not use the time. They did not utilize the time, the 2 minutes time, right? Because they have limited response. Is that what they meant? Limited response. It's not
I think so.
okay. Limited
Unable to
response.
finish
That's why
sentence after 2 minutes.
after two or before two. Not able to finish after two, just say thank you. Not able to finish after two, just say thank you. But not utilizing the time. I said just now, if you are a low proficient speaker, just give lots of examples. Give ideas. Maybe you give 4 ideas. Simple elaboration with examples. Do not just stop less than 2 minutes. And the way to elaborate is always come back to cost effectiveness, time efficiency, and practicalities.
Okay.
Even if it is not true, just say something. For example, you say that it will reduce the cost, even though it's not really reducing, but from your point of view, it's reducing. They just want to see you speaking. They might ban you down for irrelevancies, but you still get fluency marks for utilizing the time well, the 2 minutes time. And then it's not difficult to.
I think Puan Farida, due to time constraint, shall I just pick? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
I'm really glad that I could answer
Is
most
she
of the
freezing,
questions raised.
Madam Chia?
Yes. What's that?
Okay.
Pardon?
Due to time constraint, what if we just pick a few more questions to go? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
can
can
hear
Me?
you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear? All
I
right.
can
Yes,
hear
yes.
Due
you.
to time constraint, shall we just pick a few more questions? Because later we have to share writing. So now it's already nine something, right? 9:15, already 1 hour for speaking. So we'll just pick a few more questions to go. If you have more questions, you can actually ask us in the Telegram. Do join us in the Telegram group. So Madam Chia, maybe you can share our Telegram link, or Lee Simon, maybe you can help us to share the Telegram link with the students out there so they can ask the questions in the group, and we will try to answer the questions there. So here we will pick a few more questions to go. Perhaps we pick this question from Polaris. Polaris is asking, can we write the key ideas of other candidates while listening to them during part 1? So meaning, can they jot down notes?
They cannot jot down.
Part one, you can jot down notes. You can jot down notes during the individual part. Part 2 cannot, yeah?
Will the point
Okay.
be is useful for them? That's the thing.
Okay. So can I move on to the next question, Puan Farida?
Yes. Yes,
Madam
of
Chair?
course.
Huh? Pardon me?
Okay. Next question from Nur Sarah Mashudi. Will the mark be deducted if the group discussion ends before 12 minutes? Before 12 minutes
Mm,
means, it ends earlier.
It's based on their content,
logically,
their task
because
fulfillment.
the time given is between 8 to 12 minutes. So you can end it
8 to
when you
12.
reach 8 minutes, you can decide to end it with a conclusion, with a consensus. Yeah.
Okay. This orange magic has another question. Well, I'll pick one more question later. So for task one, individual, can we take other candidates' main point as your own point to support the main point? Oh, so confusing.
I
Can
think
we take
I
other
think
candidates' main point as our own point to support our own main point? I think. Okay.
Support our own main point.
Yeah, quite
I don't
confusing the
understand
question.
the question. I don't understand the question.
Yeah, it's quite confusing.
I
It
do
is
not
quite
want to
confusing.
answer. It's quite confusing.
The main point already given on the paper, but I use it as my point. Sorry, Orange Magic. Maybe you can rephrase your question and ask in the Telegram group. So one more
Okay.
last question. The last question. Where's the last question? Okay, can they bring a digital watch? Is that a
Yes,
discount?
they
Oh,
can.
sorry. That's not
Yes,
the
they
question. That
can.
is not the question.
Uh, Then
I think one more question. One more question. Let's pick the lucky person. One more question. How are we going to make sure that the point we choose, the point that we choose, uh, the point that we choose are not the same with other candidates? How to make sure that the point we choose it's not the same as others?
the points that you choose for part two or part one.
Yeah, Umu
If you if
Solehan.
you if you're talking about part two, chances are if if the way you relate to other candidates, if you agree on the same thing and on the same point, you just add to their ideas with a different example and elaboration. It would not be the same. You can agree on the same points, but the way you elaborate it, you elaborate in other way and you use different example. Okay, if you're talking about part two, okay, that is to make sure that you agree on the same topic, you agree on the same argument, but you elaborate it using your new points and examples. Okay.
Okay, so I think that's all. So, candidates, sorry, dear viewers, if you have any questions, do join us in the Telegram group. You can still ask questions in the Telegram group. So, we will try to answer if you're still awake. Okay, so all the best to you. Thank you, all the candidates here. We will still have another session, so please stay tuned. And we are really thankful to Puan Farida. We hope
All
that
right.
all these sharing would be useful for you, and we really hope that you can apply all the tips and strategies that Puan Farida has shared. Okay,
Thank you
so
for
if
letting
you
me
like,
share.
yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. So if you like the sharing session, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe our channels, okay? Madam Chia's channel and also Teacher Yenny's channel. All right, thank you very much. So thank you, Puan Farida. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your time. Okay, it's already 9:30, I think. So without further ado, let's move on to writing part, shall we? Thank you very much.
Yes.
So can I share my slides? It's not a slide. Can I share my OneNote now? Okay. So now can we move on to writing? Students, are you okay? Are you ready for writing now? Okay, students, I think I don't have to introduce myself, right? Lengthily, all of you, you know me. I'm Teacher Yenny. You also know Madam Chia, right? Familiar faces. Okay, I'm Teacher Yenny. So tonight I will be sharing writing tips for writing. Okay, especially task one, and of course I will share tips and strategies for task two later. Okay, after Madam Chia. All right. So let's move on without further ado. So candidates, are you ready for writing? If you're ready for writing, can you please type in a live chat? You just type, yes, you're ready for writing. Okay, I hope you're ready for writing. All right. So I would let you know basically what do you need, what will you have, all right, for this session, and what do you need, okay, for writing task one. All right, first, of course, you will learn what are the micro skills that you need for task one. Okay, you know macro skills, right? Macro skills for English would be reading, listening, writing, okay, all the four skills. But then, we also have micro skills, all right? What are the micro skills that you need? And then I will move on to, how to tackle the question for this, okay, task one. And then I will give you, two examples. All right. And subsequently, we will have a self checklist. All right. So make sure you have a self checklist tomorrow. After you have done your writing task one and also writing task two, you need to have a self checklist. Okay. So can we move on now? All right. What do you need to
Yeah.
master? I hope you can look at my OneNote here. Is that clear? Okay. I hope it's clear. Huh? Okay, so first, what do you need? You need to fulfill the task, and of course, you need to have good command of language, good language, all right, and organization. Language is L, O is organization, okay? So I hope it's clear. So task fulfillment, we will look at, whether you are able to respond to the task effectively or not, okay? Whether you are able to develop the ideas effectively or not. All right, I will show you how to develop ideas later. Okay, I will give you some samples. Okay, and then we really hope that you're able to give relevant information. So you don't give, information that are irrelevant. Okay, what I'm afraid is that you are able to write, you write lengthily, but you are giving irrelevant information. That is what we are afraid of. Okay, next we move on to language. So of course, language, as Madam Farida has mentioned, you must be able to have, compound and complex sentences. Okay, and of course, you also have simple sentences, right? So there are a variety of sentence structures, okay, in your essay. Okay, in your task one. So you are able to give variety of sentence structures, all right? And of course, you have to use appropriate vocabulary. All right, we don't say it's bombastic words, all right? We call it low frequency words, okay? So you're able to use low frequency words effectively, okay? It's not called bombastic because bombastic is like you are showing off, You're not showing off. You just want to, make sure that your message is conveyed effectively, okay? And then you have to use cohesive devices. Cohesive devices would be like, those words like furthermore, additionally, subsequently, okay, as a result, all right? And make sure that you're able to organize your ideas, all right? Okay, so low frequency words for those viewers out there, maybe you want to ask what is low frequency words. Okay, low frequency words, for example, words that you rarely use them. Okay, for example, words like hard task, challenging task, difficult task. So you can actually paraphrase it, okay, using low frequency words would be laborious task, arduous task. So you can see that you rarely use them, right? Okay, you rarely use them. So that is called low frequency words, and you have to use them correctly. Okay, not just using them. Okay, you know the meaning of the word, but you use the word wrongly. Okay, you need to know the meaning of the word and you must be able to use it correctly. All right, so I'll move on to the next one. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, we have, all right. Next one, I will show you, some sample. Okay, I will show you some samples. I hope it's clear. All right, I'll give you some time to read this. Okay, I'll give you some time to read this. Okay, so this is the stimulus given to you. From Danish, as you can see, you have a sender. So please remember, you need to be very careful. The name of the sender and also the name of the recipient. Okay, for this one, you only have the sender's name. All right, so you look at the name Danish. The subject line here, I missed the photography workshop. So you know this is an email, okay? And then you have hi, the greeting. All right, let's look at the question. I think I don't have to show you the rubric, right? Do I need to show you the rubric? The standard rubric. Okay, at least 100 words, all that. I'm sure that you're familiar with it. So let's look at this. How was the smartphone photography workshop? Okay, I was unable to join the workshop because I had chickenpox. I feel very sad about it because I think I missed out a lot of fun. All right, and then you look at the notes here, fantastic. I heard the workshop was filled with fun activities. Could you tell me which were the activities you enjoyed? You have to describe 2 activities. Okay, you have to describe 2 activities. Okay. I also heard that participants got to learn how to do photo editing using online apps. Do you like the apps? Look at the notes there. Yes, explain. Okay, so do not ignore the notes. Okay, next, let's move on to the next paragraph. I hope you can share your experiences at the workshop with me when we meet up. I'm hoping to join the next photography workshop. Would you like to join me? Tell Danish. And then the closing, see you soon, sign off Danish. So the sign off is Danish, yeah? So make sure you don't mix up the names. Sorry, there is a typo here, because full stop, and then because I had, there should be a space here, because I had chicken pox. Okay, so do not ignore the notes. And then let's look at the paragraphs. All right, how many paragraphs do we have? You need to answer following the paragraphs. Okay, you need to answer following the paragraphs. You cannot jumble up. All right, so follow the sequence given to you and make sure that you highlight the important keywords. You need to have important keywords because your exam is tomorrow. Therefore, I will not use the P&A plus E strategy, because the P&A plus E strategy, it's actually used for your practice. Okay, so now you don't have time. Now you need to identify the keywords. All right, what are the keywords? Okay, the keywords here for the first paragraph, this is smartphone photography workshop. So you don't just simply write workshop. What workshop is that? Okay, it's a smartphone photography workshop. Okay, it's not any other workshops, right? And then you have to look at your friend unable to join. So don't ignore that. All right, you have to sympathize. Okay, you don't just ignore that. All right, I feel very sad about it. Your friend is sad, so you shouldn't be happy. Okay. And then let's move on to the next paragraph. I heard the workshop was filled with fun activities. Fun is actually the key word. So don't forget the word fun when you describe the activities. If you forget the word fun, all right, I'm afraid that you will lose a lot of marks in your task fulfillment. And the word enjoy, all right, the word enjoy. So make sure that you use synonyms, all right? You can use synonyms to replace these words, okay? And then let's look at the next paragraph. Photo editing using online apps. All right. Do you like the apps? So this is about photo editing using online apps. Okay. So this would be the key phrase. Next. Okay. Let's look at the next one. The key phrase, when we meet up. All right. I hope you can share your experiences at the workshop with me when we meet up. So you tell Danish, all right, that you can share with Danish, right? I'm hoping to join the next photography workshop. Would you like to join me? So you have to answer that. Okay, make sure you answer all the questions. And of course, statements can also be prompts. Okay, statements can also be prompts. It's not only the questions. So remember, you don't just answer the questions. Statements can also be prompts. Therefore, you also need to respond. You also need to give response to the statements. All right, let's look at a sample. This is a sample script from my student. Okay, let's look at the sample script. Oh my God. Okay, I need to move it up. How to move it up? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, this one. You look at this, Okay, this is a sample script. You look at the first paragraph. Okay, of course you have, the sender, Lily, all right? Because the name is not given just now in the stimulus, so you can just put Lily or you can put your own name, all right? But if the name of the sender is given, all right? Let's look at earlier, the task. Okay, here from Danish, right, the sender, you can't find the recipient's name, isn't it? So you can put here from Lily. If you have a recipient's name here, let's say the recipient's name here, hi, Ahmad, A-H and A-D. Ahmad Danish pula. Okay, hi Ahmad. So here you must put from Ahmad. Okay, clear? I hope it's clear. Any questions out there? If there are questions out there, maybe Madam Chia can help to relay the questions to me. All right, let's move on. Now, you should have greeting. All right, hi Danish. All right, Danish, it's actually the sender. Okay, the sender in the stimulus, right? Okay, so here Danish will receive your letter. So hi Danish, the smartphone photography workshop. So you look at this, the keyword smartphone photography workshop was awesome. Okay, why is it awesome? You look at the notes there given to you. Okay, the notes here given to you, the notes here, fantastic, right? The word fantastic, isn't it? So you need to find another word that has a similar meaning, all right, or a synonym to the word fantastic. Or if you don't want to give awesome, you can just write fantastic. So if you don't know to replace the word fantastic, you just put the word fantastic there. Is that clear? If you know another word for fantastic is awesome, then you can put the word awesome. All right, and very informative. So I'm sorry you had to miss it. So can you see that? You sympathize, right? I'm sorry you had to miss it. I hope you are fully recovered now. So now let's move on to the next paragraph. So the next paragraph, you need to answer the question or the questions or the prompts, all right, in the second paragraph. Okay, all the activities were fun and engaging. So you can see here the keyword fun, it's here. Engaging, it's also here. Okay, there are 2 activities in the workshop that I enjoyed. So you just need to describe 2 activities and don't forget the element of fun and also enjoy, right? Enjoyable. So 2 activities, what are the activities? Do not give 3, all right? Give only 2. If you give 3, the examiners will only look at the earlier 2 activities that you share. Okay, clear? So don't give 3, give only 2. You have to read the notes and understand the task. So 2 activities, what are the 2 activities? Okay, the 2 activities, you name the activities here. Capturing the KL night views and perfect selfie sessions. As you know, I love taking selfies, hence I really enjoy. So you see the keyword here, enjoyed. Okay, enjoyed. Oh my God, I think I need to charge my tablet. All right, so you have the keyword enjoyed here. Can you see the keyword enjoyed? All right, and then let's move on. I enjoyed learning in the perfect selfie session. The instructors are friendly and they patiently guided all the participants, the right angle, all right, and the poses to take selfies. The atmosphere was relaxed and convivial. So you see that it's fun, right? Convivial. So I had fun learning and taking a lot of selfies during the session. Besides, this activity has helped to boost my confidence to be in front of camera. All right. During the session of capturing the KL night views, I was thrilled. So thrilled, it's actually fun, right? So you need to be able, all right, to mention the word fun, all right, because the key word there is fun. I was thrilled that I had the chance to have hands-on practice on the right techniques to capture night views in KL. Okay, so the key word there is fun. Now let's move on to the next paragraph. Next paragraph here. Okay, the stimulus given to you. What is the stimulus given to you? Oh my God. It's hang, huh? The keyword given to you.
Which is
Oh, sorry.
moving.
Yeah, next, you see here, I also heard that participants got to learn how to do photo editing. So you have to look at this paragraph. You need to be able to give response to this paragraph. Okay, we look at paragraph by paragraph. Do not jumble up when you answer questions. Okay, so paragraph by paragraph. The next paragraph, photo editing apps, right? So let's look at photo editing apps. Okay, so this one, yes, the instructor showed us how to edit and cut out our photos using free apps. Okay, so you are giving response. Okay, so you are giving response to this. All right, I was flabbergasted. So you see that the LFW is there, low frequency word is used correctly. When I was told that there are so many free photo editing apps available. I really love the free apps, okay? Because you need to answer the question, right? Do you like? All right, do you like? So you're answering the question. I really love the free apps. Can you see that? You answer the question. Okay, I really love the free apps introduced by the instructor as they can enhance colors and photo resolution. Okay, and the next one, what is the next one? The next paragraph, I hope you can share your experience at the workshop with me when we meet up. Okay, I'm hoping to join the next photography workshop. Would you like to join me? So you have to answer this question. All right. And the keyword here also, meet up. All right. Can you see that? A statement can also be a prompt. So make sure you answer that as well. So let's look at this. Okay, let me erase all these. All right, of course, I will share my notes with you when we meet up. So don't forget now, they will meet up, right? Meet up on Monday at school. I will be glad to join you for the next workshop. Please share the details of the workshop with me. So can you see that? You're able to give response, okay? Take care, Lily. So make sure you have closing and sign off, okay? It's very important, okay? So make sure you check the names of the senders and recipients. And then here, yeah, I'm giving you, some words, synonyms of funds here. Synonyms of fun can be convivial, pleasure, excitement. So I hope that you are able, to use these, some low frequency words because you want to get band 5, right? Those advanced users, you want to get band 5. So happy, you can replace happy with other words like overjoyed, over the moon, on cloud 9, and make sure you know how to use them. Okay, so some questions, some of the questions, all right, you would like to ask. At least
Okay, let
100
me
words,
show.
right? You can see here. So can
I
you
will
write more than
show.
100 words? Yes, you
Okay,
can write more than
Cairo
100
asks.
words. Yes, Cairo?
There are some questions said, can I write from R subject, like how typical email is? Asking the
Yes,
format.
yes, yes.
Okay,
That's
that
for
maybe you
email.
can.
That's for email, okay? Not for letter
Yeah.
writing, isn't it? Okay, that's for email. Okay. Now, I hope that you can understand. It's very simple, all right, for this task 1, and do not use a lot of time for this task 1. You have to write at least 100 words. You can write more than 100 words, but bear in mind, you have time limitation. All right, you have time limitation. So make sure you respond, all right, to all these, okay? make sure you time yourself. You don't have to calculate the number of words. Do not spend time calculating the number of words. So at least 100 words. If you have more than 100 words, it is okay. Just make sure that, I'm afraid that if you write less than 100 words, just make sure that you are able, okay, to give response to all the prompts. Okay, give response to all the prompts. I hope that you are able to respond to all the prompts. Okay, statements can also be prompts. So 120 words is still acceptable. All right. If you write lesser, you are like, self-penalizing, because I'm sure that if you write less than 100 words, there are a lot of things that you overlook. Maybe you forget to, respond to some of the prompts there. So make sure, you check thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. Next, I move on. Shall I share this? Okay, this one. I think this one, you can get it from my video. Okay, because I don't have enough of time. Later, Madam Chia will share something, okay, about writing. So this one, okay, let's look at this lah. Maybe I will just let you know some of the important or significant phrases or significant keywords that you must not overlook. Okay, let's look at this, National Day. All right, this one is past year question. Let's look at this past year question. See here, you are advised to spend 25 minutes. So please do not take more than 25 minutes. Okay, do not take more than 25 minutes. Okay, let's look at this. Hi, Patsy, how was your weekend? All right, did you go shopping with your mom? Have you finished your homework? All right, I know that you already had an idea of what to present for our English language project. Please share with me. As for me, to be honest, I have no idea of what to present on how we celebrate our National Day. Can you help me, as I want to do well for this project? Honestly, I'm very worried. Do you think we can meet up so that I can ask you more questions? Let me know soon. And then you can see here, sign off, Emilia. So you have names here. Hi, Patsy. You know the recipient, you know the sender. Don't confuse between the sender and recipient. Okay? If you give wrong names, that means you'll get lower marks for task fulfillment. All right? And then let's look at the first paragraph here. How was your weekend? So make sure you respond to this question. How was your weekend? Okay, it's about your weekend. Did you go shopping with your mom? Make sure you respond to this question. Did you go shopping with your mom? Yes or no? Look at the notes here. It should be no. Okay, no is your answer. All right, next. Have you finished your homework? Okay, this one you have to tell Emilia. Now, have you finished your homework? I know that you already had an idea. Your friend is trying to imply that you have to share something. So if you answer no, then you will get lower marks for your task fulfillment. Is that clear? It is implied here, You already had an idea. So you must share your idea. You must share your idea. You do not say that you don't have idea, you have nothing to share, then your task fulfillment would be very low. Is that clear? You must share something. Okay, you must tell the progress of your homework. What is your homework? Don't forget, you need to mention what is your homework. English language project. So these are the keywords. All right, these are the keywords. Okay, what to present is also a keyword. So here, how many keywords do you have? Homework, English language project, present, and the word share with me. So you must say yes, you must have something to share. Next paragraph. As for me, to be honest, I have no idea what to present on how we celebrate our National Day. So presentation is the keyword. If you describe a lot of things, if you suggest, okay, 2 ideas without the word presentation, talk about present, then you don't have a task fulfillment. That means you are not fulfilling the task because the keyword there is present. Is that clear? If you don't mention, if you suggest 2 ideas, lengthy elaboration, but you miss out or you overlook the word presentation, you don't have the word present, talk about, all right, you want to present, that means in front of the class you want to tell your peers, you want to tell somebody, then you don't fulfill the task. So remember, keywords are very important. If you don't have the keywords, you lose the marks. All right. Honestly, I'm very worried. Do you think we can meet up? So another keyword here, meet up. All right, meet up is the keyword here. So I can ask you more questions. Okay, meet up, ask you more questions. So when to meet up, okay, you can tell them. All right, so this would be the sample script from my student. I'm not saying that this is the best lah, okay? I'm not saying that this is the best, but I think this candidate has fulfilled the task, all right? So I give you some time to read the script lah, all right? I give you some time to read the script. Is that clear? All right, you can see here in the pink of health, all right? This is LFW, okay? I had a wheel of time, LFW, low frequency word, okay? So this candidate has responded the prompts, right? Can you see that? Last weekend, okay? Didn't go shopping with my mom, all right? And then what else? I could join my family to watch. So you have further elaboration here. I could join my family to watch a movie in our cozy new home theater room. Okay, wow. All right, let's move on to the next one. Next paragraph. Remember, your friend is asking you to share. So you have to share. So you need to tell your friend your progress. Okay, I have almost completed. That's your progress. The English language project work. That's the key phrase that you need. Okay, now I just need to search for some relevant photos, all right, to put into my slides. As the saying goes, a picture is worth 1,000 words. I can share my ideas with you for what I have planned for this English language project. I will present, okay, you can see the word present, all right, about the sisters, yada, yada, yada. Okay, and you can see some low frequency words here in views, okay. So I don't want to take much of the time. I will go faster because Madam Chia will be sharing. If not, Madam Chia is waiting, you know. Okay, next paragraph. Of course, I can help to give you some ideas on what to do for the project. Okay, now here, you need to share 2 ideas. You need to suggest 2 ideas. And don't forget the keyword talk about. How we decorate for National Day. Imagine you write lengthily, but you forget the word talk about. You forget the word present. You forget the word presentation. So the whole thing, you are not fulfilling the task. Is that clear? And then the next one, I hope that I shared what I shared earlier would ease your burden. Don't worry too much. We can meet up. Can you see the keyword here? Meet up on Monday after class to discuss, because your friend will ask you questions, right? So make sure the keywords are important. You need to highlight the keywords. When I say highlight, it doesn't mean that you really need a highlight pen to highlight. You can use pencil to highlight, because some students ask me, teacher, I don't have highlight pen. How? You can use pencil, okay, dear students? So I think you can understand, right? Am I going too fast? Okay, and then I will give you a self-checklist here. A self-checklist. Okay, where is the self-checklist? I have to find the self-checklist. Okay, it's here. Okay, the self-checklist is here. So you need to check here. Respond to the task given. All right, make sure you give response to all the prompts. The prompts can be in a question form, can be in a statement form. Elaborate your ideas. Give clear descriptions if you are asked to describe. All right, and make sure that whatever you describe, whatever you elaborate, you remember the keywords or key phrases. Okay, give justification, because you have to write at least 100 words, not less than 100 words, okay? Give relevant content. Do not give irrelevant content. That's why keywords and key phrases are important. Follow the order of paragraphs. That is called paragraphing skill, all right? Use the notes given. And then check the names, all right? Recipient and sender, make sure you don't mix up, don't be confused. Salutation and sign off, they're important. And use appropriate register. No NetSpeak. Cannot use B, C, or Z. Okay, for because. Cannot use CTV. Cannot use Yamcha. Chinese, you know, right? Yamcha. Okay, let's go Yamcha. Okay, And then check your cohesive devices, make sure they are effectively used, okay? Effectively used, and it doesn't mean that each and every sentence must have cohesive device, all right? I don't say, I never say that you must have cohesive devices for each and every sentence, please. Just make sure that you use them effectively. So it's not each and every sentence you must have cohesive device, okay? Please understand that. All right. If you have any questions, you can ask in the Telegram group. If I'm still awake, I'll try to answer you in the Telegram group. But here we will pick a few questions. So, Madam Chia, are there any questions out there? We pick a few questions. We try to answer a few questions. If you have a lot of questions, if I overlook a lot of questions, I am so sorry. You can type in the Telegram group. We will try our best to answer. We are trying our best to help you, okay, for free, because I don't want you to receipt so many times, okay? Pity you receipting so many times that you have to pay 100, and then the next time you receipt, you pay 100. It's not 100, 101 ringgit. Okay, so any questions out there, Madam Chia?
Oh, there's a student asking whether can use a similar words or not.
Similar words.
Okay.
Can. Yes, can. You can use the similar word, is it?
Yeah. Can
synonyms. Oh, you want to use
we
synonyms?
use a
Okay,
similar?
yes.
Yeah.
You can use synonyms to
replacing.
replace the keywords, but make sure they are correctly replaced. I am scared you replace them incorrectly, then it gives different meanings. Okay. All right. So, any more questions? Two
So
more
far,
questions to go. Two more questions to go. Just answer. Any more questions out there?
Let me take a look. Yeah.
Questions out there?
Okay, sorry. For the subject, we need to create our own title based on the task given. Oh my, the subject.
Okay. The subject, you can just write, the simple subject, because, you can write simple subject as long as it is related. Okay, as long as it is related to the letter. Okay, for example, the one that I shared with you, right? Smart shop photography. So this one, smartphone photography workshop. So you can just write smartphone photography workshop. Okay, can just write smartphone photography workshop. Okay, any more questions? I think that's all lah. We move on to Madam Chia, right? Yeah, it's already 9:50. Oh, it's already 9:50.
Okay.
You have to sleep early, tonight. You sleep early, tomorrow you have exam. Okay, Madam Chia, let's move on to Madam Chia lah. Okay, if any questions, you just type in the Telegram group. I try to answer you. Okay, Madam Chia,
So
I think you can share your screen now.
Oh, I have to share. All right.
You share your screen.
So
I try to put up your screen for them.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you see?
Yes, I can see your entire screen.
Oh,
I can see your entire screen.
Okay.
All right. Wow, Madam Chia has prepared a lot for you all, She is using Canva. Very nicely done. So after Madam Chia, I will share how to analyze task 2. Okay, how to analyze question task 2. All right. So Madam Chia will be sharing tips and strategies for task 1. So please listen attentively. If you have, if you want to jot down notes, you may do so. I'm sure that there are a lot of tips that Madam Chia would like to share. Okay, Madam Chia is a very experienced lecturer. She has been teaching MUET for so long, for ages.
Oh, what's that? Go on for a while.
Okay, she has been teaching for. Okay, while waiting for Madam Chia, maybe I can answer some of the questions out there, Madam Chia. Any
sure.
questions out there. Let me check. Questions. Can you suggest the range of words that we can use for part 1? What do you mean, Harit Mirza? Harit Mirza, range of words for part A? Part A or part 1? Are you talking about writing or what is it? Harit Mirza, maybe you can rephrase your question. Okay, next question. Can we write both to and from in email or just to is enough? To and from. It if it is email, you have from and the subject line, right, my dear Misha? Okay, if it is email, you have from and subject. Okay.
How's that? Is my slides can be seen already? Well,
Yes, yes. Your slide.
can you
Your
see
slide
the
is
word
on the screen
MUET?
now.
All right.
All right.
Can I start now? I
Yeah,
can't
sure.
see.
Nor Afika has a question. Wait, Nor Afika, shall we use linkers? Yes, of course, you should use linkers, dear. All right, I have mentioned cohesive devices, right? You shall use linkers, or we call that cohesive devices, okay? When to put sincerely or faithfully. Yes, you can put sincerely for a letter. Sincerely and then sign off, okay, for letter. All right, Madam Chia, you can go on now. Madam Chia, the
All
stage
right.
is yours now.
Okay. Hi. Good evening, everyone. So I know tomorrow will be your MUET writing paper. Yeah, I'm going to present task 1. All right. Basically, I wanted to share with you the marking or what you have done, and then I would like you to make sure what are the important things to be in your email writing. All right, you have to understand the stimulus, use all the 4 points to elaborate. Here is elaborate is very important because through elaborations, then only you can get better marks. Yeah, understand the format just now. Teacher Yenny had mentioned, and then I show you the scoring guide. Yeah, the marks. Yeah, for it. All right. So this is a question. Your friend Shamin was not able to attend the prefect leadership camp in school recently. Read the email from her asking about the camp that she missed. Or I have a mistake with the recipient and the sender. I mentioned this first, yeah. All right. So I cropped this. I wanted to get it done faster, yeah. So actually I make it into small paragraph by paragraph, yeah. So format an email, uh, the whole thing, yeah. Use appropriate salutation, and then what we have, use all the notes given in the response. Lastly, closing and signing off. Okay, the format of an email writing. So here, format of an email salutation to Sally, the subject. Can I do corrections here? Okay, it was a life altering experience. Hello, Nohayati. Okay,
Madam Chia,
this one,
Madam Chia,
yes, why lost already?
sorry, wait for a while. Okay. Yeah, just now couldn't see your slides.
Oh, I see.
Now it's okay.
Is there any pen for me to do corrections? No. So I have a mistake with Sally and Shamin. Okay, so this is a title given, okay, about the experience in the prefect leadership scan. Prefect leadership scan, yeah. This is the salutations and the title. Right, next, the format of an email. Okay, what happened here? Take a look what happened here. When we are looking at marking, something is missing, yeah. It is from whom? The sender's information is missing. So here, there will be like the whole thing, the format, you did not complete it. Yeah. In terms of the element needed, you miss one element. So once you have missing some element, you might not get a good mark for your email writing. Yeah. Next. Okay, paragraph 1. Okay, the situation given, and then the word glad is given as well. So this word glad, as mentioned just now, teacher Yenny, she gave a few words, synonym words. If you don't have the language, you are too panicked, you can retain the word. This word must be that. This word must be that, right? Okay, so this is the situations, yeah? So the response, look at the response. Okay, because ask how are you, yes or no. So you say I'm as fit as fiddle, although a little distinct situation, the feeling of it that you miss this golden opportunity. We have Wheel of Time as the prefect leadership scam was not just great, it was a adrenaline pumping with the unexpected activities. I'm glad that, okay, the word glad is here. So just now the question asking how are you? So you have answer here. Here will be 1A, 1A, whereas here I'm glad here will be 1B. This is the way marking, you know. All right, 1A, 1B. In one paragraph, the examiner will mark this is 1A. You answer the question, whereas 1B is the word, the note given. I'm glad. Here, I'm glad. Okay. So if you use another word, just now there is one candidate asking whether I can use this word. Yes, you can, as long as it fulfill the context, the situation given. All right. Next. Um, next. So paragraph 2. Okay, what happens if you respond like this? Okay, you just until adrenaline pumping, the word glad is not there. So when the word glad is not there, you are missing point for 1B. When you have missing point for 1B, the total marks for your task fulfillment, for your task fulfillment, for your content, the marks will be reduced, Yeah, there's two situations. One is the accuracy. It must be accurate. Okay, now we are talking about the prefect leadership scam. It is not other camp, leadership scam. So if you mention other camp, it is not accurate. Not accurate, the examiner will mark down your scripts. Yeah, you will mark down your script. Okay, you must write what is given in the situation, the prompts or the stimulus there. All right, so missing the word glad, so you miss 1B here. All right, so next. So I'm moving on to, oh, sorry for this. Okay, next. I'm going to paragraph 2. Okay, looking at paragraph 2 here, this is the situation given and then the word agree because, okay, that is to say you have to give reason. You agree and then you have to give reasons. I can't agree more, my dear. Okay, this is respond to the task. So this is 2A, 2A. Okay, and then why is it you can't agree more? Because you try to explain the activities were highly engaging. I have never been prefect for so in this kind of situation during the camp. And then my favorite activities was, okay, there are a few activities mentioned here. Okay, sorry for the typo error here. And then the nick of time is the idiomatic expressions used. Okay, you need to use idiomatic expressions in order to get more marks for your language. Yeah, you have complex sentence, you have compound sentence, you have simple sentence. All these you use it in your writing, therefore you will have better marks. Yeah, move on. Next. Okay, now we move on to the response, the second part. Now, on top of that, we indulge in water balloon activity, which make sure everyone were wet at the end of the game. At night, we enjoyed jungle trekking. However, we ended with some scratches and bruises all over our body. In fact, the camp was a little challenging, but no pain, no gain, right? it was absolutely this kind of experience. So you express how's your feeling, how you feel when you attended this leadership prefect leadership camp. All right, now we move on. What is missing here? Okay, so for that part you have you answer, agree, and then you give reason why. Okay, you mention all that. Okay, about the activities and how you felt, your feelings when you attended that leadership prefect leadership camp. So now paragraph 3, the situation given is, the prompt given is, all our friends have commented on their Instagram. They have realized and learned many lessons on leaderships. Yeah. What about you? What have you learned? So here, share 2 lessons. Yeah. So you have to highlight the activities in the leadership camp, and then what are the 2 qualities that a leadership should have. All right, let me show you. Okay, let me show you. You must have 2 lessons. Yeah, 2. Okay, definitely. Yeah. Okay, asking for sharing. Okay, I learned a lot from the camp. Okay, you understood that it's a leadership camp. All right, as this leadership camp was mentioned. If you if you uh, if you did not mention at the beginning, you have to mention it here, because if you just when you mention from it, when you use the pronoun it is very risky, because why? It is not clear. When it is not clear, then it will have some kind of not relevant, not relevant. When you use pronouns, you have to make sure that pronouns refer to category and anaphoric. What is it all about? As a leader, I learned to be an exemplary to all the group members. He or she needs to uh, IQ or EQ in leading an organization. One of the lessons learned from the treasure hunt activity is to be well equipped, fair, and trustworthy in attend great teamwork and understanding in a team. Yeah, this is the first thing that first lesson that uh, that student learned. Okay, I learned from that. Okay, next, moving on to the next activity and the lesson learned. Another valuable lesson learned from the leadership camp was during the jungle trekking event. I have instilled decisiveness, where as a leader should not, should have the ability to make a quick and effective decision with the knowledge and information I have I have at the moment. Okay, have to be quick to give decision. Okay, when you are doing the jungle trekking event, because during jungle trekking event you might have um, some activity that you need to decide fast. Yeah, all right, this is B. Yeah, the first lesson learned. This is the second lesson learned. And then just now teacher Yenny said very important to use the uh, cohesive device or the linkers. So now when you use these linkers, it is very clear cut kind of thing. It leads the examiner to mark your script without much hesitations, or they have to read twice. The information given is very sufficient and very easy to be read and award marks. Yeah, uh, right. Moving on, next slides. Yeah. So here, am I repeating?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
the same
sorry
one.
for that. Yeah, sorry for that.
It's okay, no problem.
Okay, this is the 4th paragraph. Is it hoping to organize an academic camp soon for the benefits for those who are not able to attend? Any idea? All right. So any idea? So we look at the response. Yeah. All right. The response. Yes, I am definite that this camp will be organized yearly, and I would love to make wonderful memory. love. Okay, my mistake. With you in the next camp. So so let's go. Hope Omicron will be out of our way. Okay, talk to you later.
Yay.
Have a splendid day ahead. Closing here, sign off here. Uh, right? So, what was the, what they call that?
Oh, Madam Chia, freezing. Madam Chia is freezing. Oh my God, Madam Chia. Madam Chia is freezing. Devices not connected. Okay, but her slide is still here. All right. This is what we have normally, right? When it comes to online learning, this is what normally that we will face. All right. Unstable internet connection.
But you have tackled it so calmly.
All right. So I hope the students out there, you you are able, all right, to grasp whatever that we have shared today. Okay. All those we have shared, they are very important. Okay, Madam Chia is still not here yet. So let me see, any questions out there? Okay. So do you have any questions out there regarding task 1? Possibility for part 1 question to be a formal letter. Yes, it's possible. If it is formal letter, that's why we say, you have to use the appropriate register. If formal letter, of course, you have to be formal. If you're talking to a friend, then it should be, in a friendly or cordial way, okay, or more casual, all right? But of course, you still cannot use NetSpeak because this is English, right? Okay. Of course, you can use hi, all right, for informal letter, but formal letter, you can't use hi to your employer or an employee, okay? So it depends on the stimulus given to you, okay? Next, let's see. Any hot topics? Any hot topics, Puan Farida?
Okay, hot topics, you mean spot questions ke?
Yes, they will always
Okay,
have this
okay.
question.
If actually I'm working on it tonight. If we look at the question in 2000, the MUET question, the session 1 question is on pandemic. Relating to pandemic, face-to-face learning provides better learning environment than online learning. And then session 2, you watch a documentary on the effect of the global pandemic, still talking about pandemic. We faced pandemic in 2020. So I think the hot issue in 2020 is pandemic. So in 2021, they would not ask about pandemic again, but they would ask about what happens in 2021. So that is my idea. They would relate it to the current issues in 2021, nationally or globally or internationally.
Yeah, you're not on air. Devices not connected. Unstable internet connection, I think. Yeah.
I don't think they would touch on politics.
You try to join again. You try to join again. But we can see your slides, We can see your slides. Okay, sorry. Yes, sorry, madam. Madam Farida, you can continue. I called
Madam
Madam
Chia, is Madam Chia in?
No, she's not in yet.
Okay.
She was unaware that she's not on air,
Oh my
She was
God.
unaware. Yes, pity her. All right.
I don't
Sorry
I,
for.
I don't think the question will ask on pandemic again. I don't think the question would ask on politics.
Okay. So any other questions out there? All right. While waiting for Madam Chia, I think I'm going to share my screen.
I highly think that the question would relate on tourism.
Tourism.
Yeah. What do you think?
What do you think? Okay, maybe it can be tourism. Remember the themes that I gave you when I shared the CEFR. I think something about CEFR aligned. I shared it in my video, so you can watch my video. Okay, I explain, I explain the new format. So I
Or
actually
it
shared,
will talk
what are the themes.
okay, or it will
It
talk
can be about
about
family.
the importance of time management,
Yeah,
because that
it
was
can
the
be.
issue last year. You know, the one of the Olympians, Paralympic. Yeah, he was late. I think that was the big current issue last year. So we'll touch on the importance of the value of time management for
Okay.
success, something like that.
Okay, there is another question from Zong Hong Tan. All right, yes, discursive essay. I will share discursive and argumentative essay later. So let's wait for Madam Chia first. Madam Chia, are you okay?
Yeah, coming in. Can
Um,
you? I
you
am
still have
there.
slides to share.
I will talk about this one more.
Okay,
Is that?
so
Can you
I
see
let
on
you
the
talk about
screen?
that. Meanwhile, I will prepare my device for
Okay.
task 2.
Can you see me there? Can you see me? All right. All right. So here, the fourth paragraph, the response is like this. As you look at this, all right. So here, missing of this closing. So just now, okay, as you can see, there is one when the format, format and an email, the sender's name was missing. All right. Whereas here, you can see that the closing was missing as well. So when you have this element in your email, definitely the examiner cannot award you, C1, Band 5, or Band 4. If I uh, have some inaccuracy, let's say I miss accuracy, inaccurate, instead of this preferred leadership scam, I did not, I mentioned other camp, therefore it is inaccurate. Once inaccurate is noticed, your writing will fall into band 3. Band 3. Although you can write a very good piece of email, but due to the mistakes, you won't get good marks. And marks for language means you'll give you a little bit, a bit higher band. Okay, so you look at this. Yeah, this is how you award the marks. Yeah, how you have 30 marks for your language and 30 marks for your task fulfillment. So these two components add together, divide by 2. This is your score. This is your score. So when I say band 3, your marks will be like this. So it is very crucial for you to write all the information accurately. Shouldn't miss anything. Yeah, shouldn't miss anything. Irrelevancy means what you write, and then it is not has some not very perfectly written to support the elaboration, that will be irrelevant. Okay, inaccurate means when I say you should say yes, but you mention no, that is a disaster. It will bring down your marks. That's very important. Uh, Keep in mind that be very sure what is the task given. Yeah, what is the task given? All right. I think that's all, because basically I'm sharing with you how an examiner mark your piece of work. Yeah, your work. That's all. All right. Thank you. Short and sweet one. I speak for I think 30 minutes, not 30 minutes, 20 minutes, and 4 minutes missing in action.
Thank you, Madam
All right.
Chia. Okay,
Okay.
it was very insightful. Okay, so I hope that the viewers out there, you have learned a lot, and we really hope that you will be able to apply whatever that you learned today in your examination. And of course, I will share something on task two, writing task two. So, what's the time
All
now? By
right.
the way, what's the time now? By the way.
10:25.
10:25.
Oh my God. I think they need
Okay.
to sleep by now. Are you
Okay.
sleepy out
Perhaps.
there? If you're sleepy, are you sleepy out there? Do I need to share how to analyze task two? Just type in the live chat. Do I need to share how to analyze task two? Let us
Do you
know. Let us
need?
know. Do
Do
we
you
need to
need?
share? Do you need that? How to analyze task two? Or are you good with that? Oh my God. Okay, I will share how to do it. Task. Hey, where is my
Quite sleepy.
okay? I will share my OneNote again. All right, let me share my OneNote now. So enter, share, share screen. Window, stream. Hey, where is my?
Where is it?
Yeah, I want to
Haven't
share
it?
my OneNote. Okay, students out there, Nur Fatiha, you need it?
Yeah.
Okay,
How to
yes,
read?
yes.
Where is she?
I
I
will
wanted to
share. I
read.
will share. I will share how to analyze task two. Okay, let me share my screen first. Let me get my OneNote. I always use OneNote, everything in OneNote. So
Okay.
whatever
I
that I
help
need
you
is
to.
in OneNote.
I help you to put up already. Okay. Add already. Okay. Start. Uh, it's on the screen already. Teacher Yanni.
Okay, thank you. All right, I will just share how to analyze the question. All right, this is task two, right? Okay, I will also make it short and sweet because I know all of you out there, you are sleepy now. All right, thank you, Zong Hong Tan, for your response. Okay, thank you
How
for responding.
to?
Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe our channel. Don't forget to subscribe Teacher Yenny's channel and also Madam Chia's channel. Okay, Puan Farida has a YouTube channel as well, right? Puan Farida?
Yes,
Okay.
but at the moment, it's not. Uh, I'm uploading a lot of content, but I'm not ready to share the channel just yet.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Never mind.
Okay.
We still have uh tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. We can still do that. Yeah. Puan Farida.
No
Um,
problem.
we can work together all over Malaysia. Don't worry.
Okay. Yes. Ah,
Okay.
so
All right.
thank you, students, for being so responsive. I can see most of you, you would like me to show you how to analyze task two. So let's see. Let's look at this example. Example one. All right. You are advised to spend 50 minutes. So for task two, you are advised to spend 50 minutes. Task one, 25 minutes. So bear in mind, you have to time yourself. So make sure that you don't write lengthily for task one. Because if I say that you can write more than 100 words, I'm afraid that you're going to write 200, 300. Do you think that you have enough of time, all right, to tackle question two if you write 200, 300 words for task one? All right. So time yourself wisely. All right. Example, let's look at this example one. You watch a documentary on the effect of global pandemic. So this is past year question. Now let's look at this question. You have to look at the question here. We become stronger. All right. The word stronger here, you need to highlight because that's a keyword. And difficult times, that's another keyword. So how many keywords do we have? We have three keywords here. Sorry, two keywords, stronger and also difficult times. So stronger, what is the meaning of stronger? Because most of the students, when they analyze the task, all right, they don't know what is stronger. They will just simply put, knowing something, know that difficult times is hard. That is not stronger. That is, something that you know. Knowing something doesn't make you stronger. So you need to show us how difficult times can make you stronger. Okay, so DT can make you stronger. Okay, STGR. How can DT make you stronger? So it's not other variables, not other factors. It's difficult time. All right, difficult time is the factor, because most of the students will talk about family, and then family will make you stronger. All right, religion will make you stronger. So if you give family will make you stronger, religion will make you stronger, you are not answering the question, dear. Okay, you are giving some other factors. So analyzing question is very vital. If you don't know how to analyze, if analyze wrongly, you will be off tangent. All right, if it is off tangent, definitely you'll get low marks regardless how good your English is. Okay, if you are proficiency user, but you analyze the question wrongly, you are not fulfilling the task. Therefore, you cannot get band 5. Okay, it's a pity that you cannot get band 5. You have good language, but you cannot get band 5. Come on. So you need to analyze the question. Most of the students, they love to memorize essays. They love to read essays. They're asking tons and tons of essays to read. You can read tons and tons of essays, no offense, all right? In fact, I encourage you to read a lot of essays. I encourage you to read, okay? I did not say that I discourage you to read, okay? You can read a lot of essays, but you don't regurgitate whatever that you read, okay? Please analyze the task before you regurgitate everything, all right? Because most of the students, they memorize all the sentences, okay, from the essays, but you know that it doesn't fit in here for this situation, all right? For this situation, we are talking about difficult times, all right, will make you to be stronger. So how can it make you stronger? So analyze the question. That's the first thing that you need to do. Okay, find the keywords. Stronger, difficult times. Choose a stance. So here you are asked to express your opinion, right? So in MPM, you can choose a stance, whether you agree, disagree, or you can pick, partially. This is MPM style. I'm talking about MPM style. I don't know any other styles. Maybe in other books, or maybe on YouTube, on other websites. You can find a plethora of approaches. But for MPM, you can choose a stance: agree, disagree, partially agree. All right. Let's move on now. This one. Okay. For this stimulus, all right, you can choose we. So you can use we, all right? You can use we, and then you have to look at the context, all right? Stronger, the word stronger, if you agree. Let's look at if you agree, okay? If you agree with the statement, you have to look at the statement. So difficult times is not referring to pandemic. Some students, when they look at difficult times, when they look at difficult times, they straight away look at pandemic and they will only talk about pandemic. So the whole essay about pandemic, itu salah, okay? That is wrong, because difficult times here, it's not referring to only pandemic. It can be financial problem, family problem. It's also difficult time, right? Faham ke? All right. Is that okay? So you need to understand what is difficult time. Don't just refer this difficult time to pandemic. That's the whole essay about pandemic. All right. Okay. So let's move on. Now agree. If you agree with this, if you agree with the statement, all right, stronger. So what's the meaning of stronger? So you need to give the meaning. All right. You have to answer the question. If let's say it makes you stronger, difficult time makes you stronger, then you will be resilient. All right. You will have the determination. You will have the motivation to innovate something. You will be confident. You will be independent. All right. Then you will have patience. You will be innovative. So all these difficult times will will help you to have all these values, will make you to be innovative, all right? You will be confident, you will be independent. So all these will be referring to stronger. Okay, so it's not only knowing, so that we will know this, we will know that, we will know the difficult situation. If you are telling us that you know this and know that, it's just knowing, but it doesn't show that you are stronger. All right, so you're not answering the question. So difficult times could be referring to that, natural disasters, poverty, as I said earlier. It's not only pandemics, right? So it can be discrimination, injustice, etc. So analyzing the question is very vital even before you start brainstorming. Analyzing the question is very important even before you start your brainstorming. Now let's look at disagree. If you disagree, then you will choose weaker, right? If you disagree, so difficult time will make you to be weaker. So how is it weaker? You will have depression, selfishness, involved in criminal activities, suicidal thoughts, and a lot of negative things. All right, so let's move on next. Then only you plan or brainstorm. So you brainstorm, you can use PREEL method, you can use PREES method, you can use TEL, it depends on you, or you can use the point one, supporting detail one, supporting detail two, supporting detail three, and then you have mini conclusion. So it's up to you what kind of method that you want to use later. After you analyze what kind of
Excuse me, Teacher Yenny. Excuse me, Teacher Yenny. Hello. Can all of you hear me?
Yes, I
Hi.
can hear you.
Teacher Yenny is freezing.
example two.
Oh, okay.
Just
She's
now I
like,
was freezing, right? Was I freezing
yeah,
just now?
Yes,
yes,
I noticed
it's
that
time to
because I
sleep.
could see it's loading.
yeah.
So sorry,
Kesian,
students.
Puan
I think
Farida.
next time we should start earlier. Next time, Puan Farida, Madam Chia, we should start earlier. Maybe afternoon.
Okay, okay. So once it is like this, when you have finished, you may leave, and then at least you have two. Like maybe I'm later, so maybe I will enter a bit later to like Puan Farida earlier. So I mean, like you have partners lah. I shouldn't have three because it's quite late. Are you invigilating Puan Farida tomorrow?
No, no,
Oh, that's good.
No.
no.
Right.
Kak Chia, Madam Chia, are you invigilating? If you are tired, you can you can just leave us first. I
Jangan
know you
satu
are
dunia
tired.
tahu. Jangan satu dunia tahu.
If you are tired, then you can leave us
Never
here.
mind,
It's
never mind.
okay. We understand.
Okay.
All
Okay, it's
right.
okay. Don't worry.
Okay. I'll move on to example two. What is that sound? Okay, I'll move on to example two. Let's look at this question. What about this question? Traditional face-to-face classroom promotes better learning environment. Now, you look at this question. You are asked to write an essay expressing your opinion. Okay, if you have any questions, I overlook your questions out there. You can type in the Telegram. Okay, I will try my best to answer you in the Telegram. All right, I'll try my best to answer you in the Telegram. I hope, yeah, I hope that you can join the Telegram. All right, Lee Simon, can you share the link with them in the Telegram so that they can join the Telegram? All right, let's look at this question. Traditional face-to-face classroom promotes better learning environment. Now, most of you will think about, online learning would be better. All right, online learning. So if you talk about online learning is better, online learning promotes better learning environment, online learning is better, then online learning is good. You talk about online learning only. You forget about this traditional face-to-face classroom. Then your task fulfillment is going to be very, very, very low marks. All right. I hope you can understand that. That means you're not fulfilling the task. Why you're not fulfilling the task? The question is asking you, traditional face-to-face classroom, but you're talking about online learning. So bear in mind, you don't forget the subject. The subject here is traditional face-to-face classroom. Okay. For example, I ask you about Madam Chia, but you talk about Madam Farida, you forget about Madam Chia, right? So the subject here is Madam Chia. Just giving you an example. Okay, so find the keywords. The keywords would be traditional face-to-face classroom and also better learning environment. So these are the key phrases that you shall not overlook. All right, so if you agree, you shall say that traditional face-to-face is better learning environment, gives better learning environment. If you disagree, then you shall say that I disagree with the statement that traditional face-to-face classroom promotes better learning environment. Okay, because online learning would be better. All right, so you should say that online learning would be better than traditional face-to-face classroom. Then I would say you're answering the question because you put the key phrase there, traditional face-to-face classroom. You're comparing between online learning and traditional face-to-face classroom. Okay, therefore you're answering the question. Okay, so make sure if you disagree, you answer the question. Next. Okay, better learning environment. So you need to know what is better learning environment. All right, and then as usual, you need to choose the stance. Okay, point of view, you can use they, their, them. All right, you have to be, objective, right? They, their, them. Okay, and then of course you have to, all right, this one. If you agree, then of course, traditional face-to-face classroom, you know what is it. Make sure you know the context, you understand the meaning of face-to-face classroom. Because some students, when we talk about face-to-face classroom, they put canteen, they put the schools. We are not talking about the school. We are not talking about canteen. The students can have lessons at the canteen. That is not face-to-face classroom. It's in the classroom. Students, you have teachers, you have whiteboard, blackboard, you have lessons in the class. Okay, you have lessons in the class. All right. And then better learning environment means it's comfortable, familiar situation, richer understanding, and then you have concentration, higher concentration. All right, that would be referring to better learning environment. So if you disagree with this traditional face-to-face, so you have to say that online learning is better than traditional face-to-face. Okay, blended learning is better than traditional face-to-face. Field work is better than traditional face-to-face learning. Is that clear? Somehow you still need to mention the phrase traditional face-to-face. Okay, let's move on to the next example. I am guiding you how to analyze only, because I noticed that many students do not know how to analyze the question. So look at this question. Students should not work part-time. Okay, so students should not work part-time. It is very clear that here it is referring to students. So you shall not talk about somebody else. Working adults, it's not students. Okay, and then here we talk about part-time. So when we talk about part-time, we don't talk about salary, right? Because you don't get the salary. You don't get the salary. Okay, you get wages. Okay, so we don't talk about income that you will get annually. All right, we talk about wages. Okay, it's part-time job, isn't it? So find the keywords. The keywords would be should not work part-time, students. So choose a stance, whether you agree, disagree, or neutral or partial. Okay, so you have to look at the context. Part-time means, wages. All right, you earn extra pocket money. So it's not income, it's not salary. Okay, it's not income, it's not salary. You work at night. Because some students, they gave me examples. When the students work part-time, the students staying at the hostel. When they work part-time, they will come back late. So if students staying at the hostels, they are not allowed to go out at night, isn't it? So it has to be sensible. Because when I mark my students' essays, I noticed that sometimes they are giving examples that are not sensible. All right. You have to give matured ideas, matured examples. Okay. So you know that if those students you are staying at hostels, you cannot go out at night. So you cannot work part-time, right? At night. Okay, let's look at example 4. Example 4, it's quite similar to the first example that I showed you. All right, let's look at this. Worrying. So you have to circle the word worrying is a necessity in ensuring progress. Progress, it's another keyword. So if you talk about worrying is good, worrying can help you to solve problems, worrying can do this, can do that, but you forget about progress, ensuring progress. Okay, the key phrase here, ensuring progress, then you will get low marks in your TF. Faham? This is how examiners mark your papers. All right. You lose marks, it's not because that you don't know how to write. It's not because of language, but because of your careless mistakes. All right. So you need to analyze the question before you start brainstorming. Hey, Madam Chia, you are still here. Pity you, you
Yes.
are tired already. Okay, I
Okay.
will share very fast. I will share very fast. What is
Right.
the time now? It's 11.
No,
Is it
10:45.
10:45? Okay. I
10:45.
will share
Yes.
very fast. So sorry to take your time.
Yeah, mine is okay.
Okay,
It's okay.
let's look at one example. Ensuring progress. Make sure that ensuring progress, the keyword is also in your essay. It's not only worrying, ensuring progress. Just like the first example that I showed you. All right. Remember, you have the word difficult times. You have the word what's that? Difficult times and stronger. Okay. So these two are the keywords or key phrases, right? So here it's the same, worrying and also ensuring progress. So you don't forget, ensuring progress must be in your essay. So worrying motivates us to think of solutions. This is just, an example from my students. I took from my students. All right, motivates us to think of solutions. Okay. So you think of solution. That means you are answering that worrying is necessity. All right. When we worry, we need to take action to reduce our worry. Exams. So this would be example lah, right? Exams. During examination, you are worried, right? Okay. So this one you have to use we. So you use we. You can use they. You use they. If you use they, THEY, then make sure the whole essay you use they, them, their. If you use we, you have to look at the essay. You have to look at the essay, and you also have to look at the context. If you use we, then you have to use us. All right. So be careful with your pronouns. It must be consistent. So exams, worry, lack of time to study. So it prompts us to prepare for exams. If we do not take action, it leads to depression and we will procrastinate. All right. So sensible worrying is needed to push us forward. So it's something about ensuring the progress, right? Prompts us to prepare for exams, ensuring the progress, isn't it? Okay. So if you don't give this, okay, let's say if you don't give this, you're just talking about worry about lack of time. So we need to worry about lack of time. You don't have this, okay. Worrying is very good. Okay, it helps us to think of possible solutions. Worrying will help you to be very creative. You will come up with all sorts of solutions to face challenges. All right, worrying will help you to be tougher. Then you don't have the keyword ensuring progress. Is that clear? I hope it's clear. Any important questions out there? Significant questions out there? You want to look at, okay, if you want, Najwa, if you want to see examples, you can, I will share my videos with you. Why not you PM me, Najwa Afifa? I will PM you my videos because I showed examples in other videos. Okay, Najwa Afifa? All right, let's look at next one. The next one, worrying encourages planning. So worrying encourages planning. All right, so you would know that it has this element. It has ensuring progress. It has two elements there. Okay, plan to do our best, prepare for the worst. Example, worry about the success of the event. So we plan on how to get the work done, ensure all things are done systematically. Worry makes us more efficient. So you have this, the element ensuring progress. Okay, it's already 11, so sorry. I think all the questions out there, I'm afraid that we don't have enough of time to answer all the questions. But then you can, post the questions in the Telegram. We try our best to answer. So I think that's all lah. All right, I think that's all because it's already 11. You need to sleep now because tomorrow you have exam. All right, you have to wake up
Yeah.
early in the morning. So we really wish you all the best. All right, we hope that you are blessed with knowledge and wisdom to answer tomorrow's paper. Okay, all
Yeah.
the best to you, and of course, we hope you will do your best as well. Okay. Thank you, students, for staying with us. We really appreciate that. So make sure you subscribe our channels and give us a thumbs up. Thank you. And don't forget to share our Telegram group with all your friends out there. Okay, many people out there do not know we are giving classes for free. These are all free classes. You only need to listen, and therefore you would be able to tackle the exam questions. All right. So thank you. Thank you very much, for staying with us. Thank you very much. Madam Chia, do you have anything that you want to say? Your best wishes to them?
Okay. As you know, you will start your exam starting from 8 o'clock and then finishes around 12:50. I hope you bring along your food, Um, it will be very tiring. So I want you to focus, while you are answering these exams. So for listening questions, if you attempt the question, you somehow or rather you know the patterns, the stem of the question tested. So you go through one or two. Definitely you can score the questions. Yeah, prepositions. You have to know the writer's tone, something like that. So you have to listen attentively. You strike out the incorrect answer and then you retain that. That will help you. All right. Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All the best. You
And
need to stay alert. Yeah. Yeah. Farida, do you have anything to share?
I would just want to wish good
yeah,
luck to
for
all
Farida.
candidates. I would just like to wish good luck to all candidates tomorrow. May the force be with you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Good luck. Okay.
Good
Make
luck
sure you have a
all.
good night
Luck.
of sleep. All right.
Yes. Yeah.
Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Best of
So,
luck. Thank you. Thank
good night.
you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
So I
Good
end
night.
the so I end
Yeah,
the
end the
broadcast.
broadcast.
Yeah. All
Yes, yes.
right. Okay.
Bye.